Yeah. Mm. 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 Just remember to spectate. Let me just send my. You're still on stream, man. Right now. You're on stream right now, man. Been caught in 4K. Same here. Same here. The Unsung Comms for EXFL Tier 1 round 20? Yeah, season 11, round 20, I believe, at Vegas. I think there's only two races. Yeah, two races to go after this, and the championship itself is. Let me just get up the standings. JJ in the lead from Frankie, and then F1 Union. And if James can win the championship today, if he outscores Frankie by 14 points, he outscores Jaden by 4 points, and Jakob doesn't outscore him by 21 points. And Alpine can win the constructors today as well if they outscore Ferrari by 36 and Sauber by 4. That's all the championship. Headset's having a little bit of issue. Yeah. It's just a matter of, is it going to be today or next week? Right now, at least. But you never know. Things kind of happen. We've seen bigger battles, to say the least. And the first man out of the track is EXFL Senna. On intermediates as well. Let me just get all them up. Bugger. Hang on, I've got party audio. Okay. There's, I think Robin had a qualifying ban. I wasn't actually aware of that, but he saves his probably after. Ooh, shit! You can hear me, can't you, bastards? Oh, Can you hear me? It's even there.
Microphone. There we go.
And finally, after a world of pain, I think you can hear him now. Let me just double check on the settings. There is everything there. More options. Party audio on. I'll do that. There you go. Everything should be good. Didn't miss much in the first session anyway. We only had, I think, one person on their actual soft qualifying run, which is Samurai or Samurai. Don't know how to say it. I'm just going to stick to Samurai, as he would get a very nice slipstream from, I think that is Samadrick Lee on Inters. Decent toe.
Yeah.
Might let him pass it into the strip, but for now he's getting a lovely little strip stream across the first sector. Chucked into medium, gonna save a lot of ERS for the final sector. Holds it around the outside, doesn't make sure the rear end steps under braking.
Well, Sam's just cut a corner, so
Yeah.
he's still in front of Samurai, so he might get a nice turn on the back.
Yeah. It is looking good for him in his banker lap. He's still in medium though, so it's probably just getting a benchmark. His red fire target sets the actual first benchmark over 39.
Yeah, he's going to be burning everything from now, probably.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, Samurai Jacob gets out of the way very quickly for that back straight.
Yeah, he isn't using his ERS, so I'm guessing this is just a banker. Who else is there to cross the line? I think F1 Union is on an actual lap. He's on hot lap, so he do know that. In the kick Sauber, or the kick F1, the stake F1 team kick Sauber. Is it? No, it's kick F1 team stake Sauber. That's what it is now.
Well, Samurai Sector 2 split was a 55.
F1 Union's was a 54.8.
Yeah.
So already steaming away, 47% ERS to
32
use.
3 for Samurai. Callum goes at 31.4. Good lap from the Scotsman there.
Yeah. I believe what was pole in tier 2?
I do not know.
I would think I would know, but it clobbers the inside curve of the chicane. Managed to get a perfect line through the second and third part of the corner. Now it's just minimise the time and just use all the ERS you have left as F1 Union crosses the line in the Sauber to go a P1 30.0 by
Wow.
9/10 actually. That's a great lap, but as other laps will probably come in, these three are probably all bankers to start and they'll probably all improve.
Yeah, Jaden quickest by
9/10.
0.884.
Yeah, you forget. Is that? Hang on. A 30.0 and a 30.9.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. I thought you said like 0.00. Who else is on a lap? Uri? Nope, Uri is invalid, so he's probably going to do 2 road laps and possibly go again. Anyone else? Don't think he's on a lap. Callum's not on a lap. Jaden's not on his lap. Danny might be on his lap in the Ferrari. I think Ferrari were the ones who can win their constructors, I believe. Oh, no, it was Alpine. And Ferrari have a chance to win their constructors if they outscore Alpine by, I think, 46 points.
That is a 25-9 first sector split. We'll tell the second sector split for Danny, though.
And that's invalid, though, as he takes too much curb and it spits him back out nearly into the wall. But overall, it was looking good, I believe, and he just kind of threw away a bit too eagerly on the curb. As
Uri goes into the pits.
Yeah, probably just get on the new tire. Headset down a little spazzy.
Frankie on an outlet.
I believe Frankie, I think second in the championship right now, so he is one of the only people who can stop JJ from winning today. Let me just pull up those standings again, just to double check.
I have the titles stipulation somewhere. Yeah.
So he needs to make sure JJ doesn't outscore him by 14 points.
Yeah, then Jaden has to outscore JJ by 4 more.
And then Jakub doesn't get over 21.
Who is Well, we'll see where JJ will go because he is on an L lap. Very close to
champion
I think
2B as it is right now. Is that Nico? It is Nico.
Yeah.
The lovely Williams, the beautiful car, followed up by the highlighter. He opts to not stay behind for the slipstream. He'll probably give Nico the slip for the entire lap. As someone's in the wall down by sector 2. That is, I think that's Jakob, I think it is. Who I think he's just had a bit too much power, maybe.
Ooh. Will's messed up the chicane.
Shock.
Looks like it's going to be roughly a 30.
Across the line.
31.6.
Just behind Samurai, actually. So, fairly competitive.
There is maybe a 1 or 2 tenths in that. I think he can match Callum probably.
Considering Samurai used in his lap in medium ERS,
No, that was the second lap.
Oh, right.
He's done 2 laps, I think. I can check. He has. He's done 2 laps.
I see. As I believe JJ and Nico are on their laps now. Just kind of missed the start of that.
Right.
JJ will fly into sector 2. Probably going to try and minimalise the...
He is slower than Jaden
trying
in the first sector. He's a 10 slower than Jaden in the first sector. Well, he's the least slower, I don't know exactly.
He does have a bit of a healthier ERS gap to use, though. Coming through to the strip. A very quick sudden right-left, sorry. As now it's an awkward corner up until the strip. Going to try and cut it to a point, but then the chunky curve tries to spin into the wall. He has done it quite well. As now you'll get a lovely slipstream from Nico again, actually. Nico on his lap as well. And now JJ flying across the strip. All the beautiful casinos and colourful lights around him. Seb is already getting excited by the word casino. It is getting beautiful slipstream. Nick, no, it's not Nick. It's Will. Sorry. He will pull out of the way. I think it was 218 miles an hour across the line there. And
look how much battery he's got left.
Perfectly. 44% ERS. He's kept it brilliantly. He will use all of his usage at the end. Across the line goes JJ. It will be a 131, only a tenth off Jaden. And I think Red Fire Tiger was up on his lap and he was backed out. I think he made a mistake because he said the telemetry said he was 3 times up. Oh well, no, he just did improve by 3 times. Sorry. And who else is on there now? Nico, sorry, went to P5. There's 31.0. It's another solid lap across the board. Samuel Drake Lee, I think he's just about to start his lap in the Ferrari. Let's just watch through turn 1, turn 2. We'll use a bit of the curve. We'll cut the inside a bit. Make sure to get a good enough rotation. Carry the speed and momentum through turn 2. We'll run a bit wider to carry a lot of speed for the exit. Because the high speed is
games
what
coming in right here.
And the Ferraris are working together already. Is Danny on a lap? He is on a lap. So it's perfectly planned from the Scuderia. Not like in real life, sadly. As synergically purple sector 1, he will use the curves to perfection into turn 1 and turn 2. Not turn 1, turn 2. The chicane, at least. As this is the apex of it. They're a bit of understeer with the high speed setups and the high downforce corners. As synergically will make sure to mitigate any usage of steering to make sure he carries as much high speed as he can. We'll use the curve to perfection. Doesn't get a big of a bump. Misses the outside wall. And now we have our lovely slipstream. Doesn't use the overtake to have a better run to the end. And a lovely slipstream. I think what's Danny's sectors doing? Danny is got 60% ERS to use.
Look at this traffic.
Oh, there's a lot of traffic. They do manage to avoid it perfectly. We got a McLaren on the inside. Coming to the final chicane. It's not the run could ruin your entire lap. Uses the curves nicely. Gets a bit of a bump on the second curve. Runs a bit on the wall, but it does help him carry the speed. And a lovely slipstream across the line. Danny will cross the line first in the Ferrari. What's it going to be for both of them? Danny goes P6 and Sam goes to the top with a 29.8. Slipstream might have helped him quite a lot there, but 2 times 2 Jaden already. As now I think a lot of people are going to come back out for their second lap.
Man himself, Samuel Drake Lee.
Legend has it, he's getting roses every day. Jaden was on a lap, I think, but he invalid there. Uri is also invalid. I think S4 Mirai is on his lap, possibly? No, I think. It's hard to tell, but he's got 60% ERS, so I don't think he'd be finishing this lap, but he's just invalidated anyway.
Yeah.
As now I don't think anyone is on a lap. So everyone would be coming in. Jaden might be going out for a second lap here. He's out of fuel, actually. He is out of fuel. So Sauber is now going, the equal performance has been turned off and the Sauber is now going at its fastest pace. Just the pure speed of that as it just roars across into the chicane. Cuts the apex. Hits the curb. Slightly skims the wall. And now just watch the Ferrari engine squeal as it's actually coal powered back there. Got a hamster working in the back in the Sauber as it just about creeps its way into the pit so it can end its own misery of driving around on the track. I think everyone else is now just going to boot up their sets of new softs, and now we're going to get the lovely game of who wants to get slipstream first.
Turbo's out, Will is out. There's movement in the pit lane. For the Williams that is coming in.
That is S4 Mirai and Will and Jakob. I think it's Jakob. I'll just say Turbo for now, just in case I mislabel him. There you go. So, I'll probably hop on board of Jakob on this lap first, and then see how well Will's doing each sector. Because 4th in the championship for Alpine, but Alpine out. Samuel Drakeley's retired. They have an eco tyre early on. And so is Ferrari. Both Ferraris are actually retired in the pit lane. They both probably think with their slipstreams that they're not going to improve in their laps. So that is it for the Ferraris. With the only team who can just dethrone Alpine today. And the Frenchmans are 4th and 12th, with Jakob not sending his final lap yet. He will need. It's now or never pretty much for Jakob. He got 1 minute left in his session, heating up those tyres. And what's your pole positions there, Seb? Predictions?
I think unless somebody gets a toe, they're not beating Sam. I feel like Jaden's lap is really good for somebody without toe.
But then when you look at Jaden, hasn't got actually anyone in front of him. He's got JJ behind him, so JJ is now going to inherit a lovely slipstream. And who's in this little battle ahead is Nico, Callum, and then you've got Redfire Tiger and you're right ahead. So, and Will both started their laps. Missed turn 1 from the Alpine, but Squiggly comes out of this corner from the Alpine. Definitely running low wing, sorry. Has a lot of rear end losses through turn 1. Trying to push the Alpine
backing up a lot at the back.
You can probably see the DRS train checking has started early. You could just see in the bottom right the amount of cars parked into the final corner. They all want that slipstream, but Jakob is enjoying a bit of free air from Will, who's actually set off further ahead. So he's not getting a full slipstream effect as he brushes the wall there, but he will help him because sometimes in the middle sector brushing the wall is quicker. As he takes a lovely line through the fast right-left, he will widen out the corner, try and open the corner to have a bare exit onto the strip, which will help him. Probably the best part of the lap is setting yourself up for a lovely strip.
Frankie missed the flag.
He did. The Aston the waiting up causes the Aston to miss the flag, which is the big issue with DRS chicken at the very end.
JJ's in the wall.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, what's out? I think it's Jaden as well. Something's happened between the Sauber and the championship leader. Jaden is retired as Will crashes across the line. I think he invalid, so that's going to be it for the Haas. As Jakob comes across the lines, P6 of the Alpine. Decent result for the Alpine, so it's got both have qualified 1 Ferrari, which is needed for them. As Uri is also going to the wall. It's all going wrong. It's all going wrong for the top 6. As Red Fire Tiger is now the only one who actually ended up with a slipstream with Nico. As I think he's 1 temp up from that. I don't know what time Nico's setting, but he's got a lovely slipstream though in the Sauber. Is it going to be good enough for the Kick Sauber? As clobbers the inside curve, makes sure he has a good run, reds the line, will ride on board with the Mercedes and then hop back on the Sauber. He's used all his DRS. What's it going to be for the Mercedes? And what's it going to be for the Sauber? It's P... Don't think Red improved, but he doesn't go anywhere. But Nico slaps himself P4. Lovely qualifying for the Saubers.
With JJ.
That is outstanding. From what I remember from these two, championship battle back in BRL and now tied on time. Can't get closer. You're just 11 corners, one big straight. It's as close as it can be. As I think that will be your final order.
Yeah, really?
You were right. No one could beat Samuel Leclerc's lap.
Yeah, the Ferrari teamwork really perfected that.
The master plan is finally happened. One could say.
I'm going to get an insight into the Tier 1 chat to see what has been happening.
This is why I dragged Seb along.
When I am on the wrong account. From JJ, quote, at F1 Union, why are you being a dickhead? Maybe...
Tension's already rising, it's not even race.
If we can maybe not start a lap on my arse.
Let me check the race director. Let me see if anything actually happened. There was a lot of invalid laps. I think Red invalid on the line, apparently, according to the incidents. It says exceed the track limits this and next lap, which can only mean that he cut the final corner. So he was 3 times up, which would have put him. I couldn't get to it in time, but
I think around.
I'd say P5. I'm gonna say P5. Yeah.
Yeah. Because P3 and P4 were tied 0.27 away from each other, and Red was 8 tenths back.
I know everyone's selecting strategy. It's a pretty basic strategy, strategic race this time at Vegas. Usual drivers favouring the medium-hard strategy. Hard-medium does work, but then there's obviously the effect of a lot of safety cars can happen at Vegas.
But you also got to think it is Tier 1 still at the end of the day.
Yeah. The DRS trains will be in full effect. So what's the race predictions here, Mr. Sebastian Ferrugia? The gears are tinkering.
Damn, they are.
He is struggling to get them predictions out there.
I was too busy reading the Tier 1 chat.
Oh, right.
There's beef. Lamb beef.
It's only qualifying.
Chicken beef.
Chicken beef?
I
don't think that's how it works. Sorry, Seb.
I'm just hungry.
Will has hopped up to P3, off the P4 off the lineup formation lap. The start of the ages. It's now just to run through the grid for the final time before the lights out. Samuel Leclerc from pole, followed by F1 Union. We'll have a lovely slipstream across lap 1. Then you got the championship leader, JJ, could win the championship today. We just get the tyres up as well. Samuel Leclerc has got hards, Nico behind them. Good qualifying from Sauber overall. They could both possibly 1-2 if they play their cards well and use the inter-team battles to their own advantage, really. Uri behind, I think he's just outside of championship contention now, and in P5. Frankie didn't make it to the line, so you don't know how much time he could have gained in his final lap. On hards as well, so he's looking to go long and having a better advantage at the old Jarno Otmir strategy. Jakob P7 looking to help Uri and Jakob trying to win Alpine their first constructors in, I believe, a long time. I can tell you that. There's a Ferrari backwards. Samuel Leclerc has spun on the formation lap.
Is that a hard?
That is a hard. I just said it's a hard. Listen, boy.
Hard?
Yes. We're commentating, that's why. Someone probably sent a galaxy to unspin.
Just if he's live. Surely he's not live.
Yeah. See, Seb's here because he's like a Ted. Where was I at? Red Fire Tiger. I believe 3-time champion himself. 3, possibly 4. I'm not sure on the exact details. 2 to 4. Take a guess. I'm not sure. But P8 on the hards as well. Then Danny, Callum, Samurai. Will is disqualified from qualifying. I believe he must have hit Sam or something because they're both disqualified. And Robin, we don't know his pace, but he had a qualifying ban, I believe, from disqualifying himself at least. And as the McLaren lines himself up very, very sharply to get a great run. As now we go to the lights. That's a great timer angle. As Sam will lead from lap 1. It's lights out and we are racing at Vegas. Sam gets a good start, but Jane does pull alongside of it. You'll open the corner for JJ, but you will just about keep the lead. But Jane will have the inside line. He was a bit squabbly in the rear. Tyres are probably a bit cold, but he will go round the outside of turn 2. Good at better exit, and the Sauber is still powering its way through. He will use a better traction, the better exit, and they're going side by side in turn 3. Oh, Noah's Ark looking back there at turn 3, as all of them are going side by side. A bit of contact. JJ is round. Championship leader is spun last. So out of what was looking like a potential podium, now out into P30. Now it's all out redemption and trying to gain it. As Red Fire Tiger makes his way up to P5, but he does have a few seconds chance. He probably cuts the corner. As now we go down to the fast right left. Jen will probably try and stay behind the DRS going into the strip. Samuel gently has fended off the initial attack, and now the Saubers are both going to team up and into the strip. Jakob has made up place into P4. Uri has dropped it down 1, I believe, to P5. As Frankie's also lost out, but Will has pulled himself up into P10 into the Haas. As JJ already getting past Robin, so his comeback is starting slowly. Very Sebastian Vettel-esque moment there for JD as he's crashing, as he gets taken out on lap 1. But Jaden will take the lead into the final lap, the final corners of the first lap, as the Sauber will lead us away. As I think the Alpine's having a bit of a swap, nearly a near swap at least, as Red and Frankie having a bit of battle going through the final corner. Side by side, almost 3 wide now of Danny. It's making a 3 wide across the final corner. This is not going well, surely, as Danny makes a beautiful double overtake, using the inside line to his advantage, powering the ERS on, as Jane does lead from Sam to Nico to Jakob and then Uri. Breathe. And now we do it all again, as Samuel Jake Lee will have DRS open onto lap 2. He'll use his heart and the pace to his advantage, as Nick is awfully behind there, so Kick Sauber could play this beautifully well, but they do have Alpines behind them to worry about, the mean black racing machines, really, as it's pretty much all level astern now. There's not really any battles left, but there's Callum and Will almost going side by side behind there. I think that's JJ already making moves. He's up into P11. Now he's got Will to look after, to get back after. As now
it's just trying to make sure that these two, especially Will and Callum, just don't lose DRS. Whilst JJ's still behind.
Now we head back onto the strip. All lights are flashing, as including the ERS lights. As now Samuel Jake Lee will burn his ERS to try and get ahead of Jaden. They're both on very similar ERS. All top 3 are on similar ERS levels. As Jakob's got the most, he could have a quadruple overtake here. Samuel Jake Lee will take the lead for now. Then it's Nick who's going to try and follow suit on his teammate. The Kick Sauber swap. So from first to third goes Jaden, as Jakob just has to stay behind his teammate following suit. And then Danny, I think he stayed in P6 there. As I think not many moves, but JJ does get past EXFL Senna.
Yeah, it was just an easy move down the straight.
As Danny sets the fastest lap already with a 33.0. As now we're going to do it all over again with Nick this time. Different protagonists, same movie. As now we've got Nick possibly going to try and make a move into turn 3. He has got a good run on Samuel Jake Lee, but he's going to stay behind, harvest ERS as soon as everyone is doing it. Or immediately to none, making sure they all have a beautiful amount of ERS to burn. And now we're just trying not to lose momentum into the chicanes. Let's make sure the car all sailed. Nick chucking it into the 90-degree left-hander. Just making sure he can stay close enough with the Ferrari. As now all level astern, it'll all happen again. And I'm sure we'll see a lot of overtakes with DRS being this powerful at Vegas. As now Samuel Drakeley will try and defend from Nick, but he has got the DRS advantage, so does Jaden, so he could have another triple overtake possibility. As now we're going to ride on board of Jakob, as it's now the Saubers are going side by side. Jakob's going to try and make it 3 wide. This is looking very, very PTSD for me, as F1 Union takes the lead. He's going for third, back up to third. All the Saubers getting stuck in with it, and now we're right back to how we were after lap 1. As still no overtakes at the back, so the main battles are up at the front with JD slowly but steadily making his way up. He's got past Robin, and now he's looking ahead of Redfire Tiger, but he is outside of DRS, so there's a possibility that with the DRS he can't catch up with DRS being that powerful, but he is on the fresher tyres, but he does have Robin behind him with the DRS.
Yeah, JJ is out of DRS.
Yeah. For
Already
now at least, there's a bit of a big train going on, and he probably can benefit with all the cars braking ahead of each other, making sure they don't run into that bit of smoke ahead as is probably battling. As just as I say that, JJ has gained almost 6 tenths really. He's immediately caught back up to the train, and now every single driver is in a DRS train from 1st to 13th. This is the peak tier 1. Well, yeah. I hate DRS trains, let me be clear about that. But right now, it's very close into the strip again, as Jaden will now defend from Soundtrack Lee. Very NASCAR-esque, all the drivers swapping every single lap with the DRS. This is how Vegas was made. I know we have almost 4 wide for a moment there.
Here comes Turbo. Look at it making it 3 wide.
They are being powering through. Viva la France, as now Jakob goes up from 4th to 2nd, making a small charge as the assuming Dutchman. As now he has a bit of ERS to use, but
I do not think he's Dutch.
Oh dear, have I just done racism? Speaking of racisms, the other Czech driver is 8th. As now I think he's made a small mistake. All the DRSs hindered him, but now he's fallen from I think 6th, possibly 5th to now 8th. So I didn't catch it, but the Alpine has had an issue there. As Will has had a bigger issue. I think he's retired in the pit lane. Yeah, that is a pit lane. He will be getting 2 behaviour points for that, retiring before the 50% mark. And now we go right back into it.
I can kind of tell where he's from.
Ooh, a big little snap.
He posted the Czechia hockey team winning today, so I think he's from the Czech Republic.
Oh, okay. So we got an all Czech Alpine lineup. I'm sorry, I've done a race.
I should have clocked that. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I feel like they know each other in real life.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Coming from a Washman and a Stokeman, we are sorry.
Hey, I didn't say anything bad.
Yeah, you're included in this now. You're in the booth with me. Right, going down, you're going down with me.
Right.
As now we got the DRS again. Jakob trying to take the lead. Speak of the devil. The Alpine powers through. The Alpine engine roaring in the behind. Now we got the Saubers possibly teaming up with the Ferrari. Jaden is going to go side by side with Sam. Sam will hold on with the outside line. Get a bare exit, and he will hold on.
See, that's what could have happened.
Nick taking a bit of
if somebody didn't send it on the inside.
Speaking of the Ferraris, yeah. And speaking of Ferraris, there's going to be Danny versus Nico. Sauber versus Ferrari. This has been the key of the entire race. As there goes Frankie down the inside. It's a brilliant move down the inside from the Aston Martin. As it's he's going to try and power his way around the outside, but the hards don't have enough grip compared to the inside line of the mediums. But he's going to abuse a bit of the ERS here, while Nick is trying to harvest as well. But he will go side by side. Frankie's on a charge now to try and gain positions. He will go down the inside into turn 3, gets the apex first, and make sure the door is closed. Red also gets up into the Danny, so the hards might be getting quicker now.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Danny will get down the inside. There's a bit of wheel bang. There's a bit of argy-bargy there.
Oh, bit of a slide there from Nick.
Yeah. Danny's making moves now. There's a bit of argy-bargy again. Robin is racing, is what they say. But it's a bit too much Robin now. It's almost 3 wide behind there. It's the fast uphill left-hander. I think it's uphill. We will head to the strip first, though, so we will have to hop back on board with the Alpines. But look at all this battling. We will get so many overtakes here. Sam behind Jakob, he will get DRS. Then we got Jane behind him. Then we got Frankie, Danny, I think Senna has left, but 3 wide behind. We're going to miss the overtake to the lead. It's almost 4 wide for JJ. JJ's on a charge. 3 wide going into the corner. This is not going to help. There's a bit of a argy-bargy. As, Red has spun. Oh, it's all happened again. I'm going PTSD, Sam, take it away.
We're going to see forward as JJ
has made it up to 5th after that.
Yeah.
Still on a charge, but now bigger gap. 3 seconds to Frankie. But 1 second to Uri. So he's out of DRS, but he's out of DRS to the car ahead.
I don't think he might be. I think he might just. Might have just got it.
Big slide to the Alpine. As
didn't get it.
Uri is fighting that Alpine as Robin goes down the inside. Easy move for the McLaren, also making up moves. Both William and McLaren's starting. Well, one went down to P13, one started P13, and now it's P5, P6 respectively for them. So you can tell the hards are gaining pace as JJ has gone up to 5th. Does this put JJ into a title-winning position? Let me do the math real quick, and I'll get back to you.
It does.
We'll do the math. Knowing me, I haven't passed math. So James can win the championship if he outscores Frankie by 14, so that's immediately a no. And outscores Jaden by 4, which is also immediately a no. And Jakob doesn't outscore him by 21 points. So right now, Jakob is the only one who would get eliminated from championship potential. But speaking of the Alpine driver, he takes another overtake for the lead. Jaden is a bit too far.
Swapped with JJ.
So possible DRS trading to help get up with the Estamans, but they might be battling as now going almost side by side into the final corners. I think it's Jakob who's had a horrible run, and we'll open Jaden to try and go around the outside of Sam there. Sam will go down the inside, possibly he will back out. Constantino effect as Jaden will almost slide into the back of the Ferrari. Get a lovely camera angle through turn 2, lovely uphill, above shot I think is what it's called. I'm not a cameraman to say the least, but now we got a lovely bit of training. Down to turn 3 got Sam. He isn't going to make his move. He's going to wait for the strip. A lot of drivers are choosing not to overtake on the second straight and choosing because the strip is that powerful. And we can tell a lot of drivers love the strip. As you can just look at you can just tell by the onboards the mediums are getting quicker on lap 8. We'll probably get to see some pit stops happen soon. You can just tell by the way Sam was able to take the chicane compared to Jakob that the hards are just the more grippy tyre right now, as Jakob will harvest as much ERS as he can. He's only a 10th ahead of Sam, and the gap is 3.1 to Robin, 2.8 now.
Yeah, he had a massive slide there.
Yeah.
Going to lose him a lot of time, Robin.
As I want to watch Frankie here, because he's been making moves, and you could see him make another double, might be triple overtake, because it's 3 wide going into turn I think it's turn 9, I think it is, as Jakob goes from 1st to 4th. That is as powerful as the DRS is on full display as now Frankie gets up to 3rd. Great overtake from the great charge from the Aston Martin. I think he qualified 6th as Red Fire Tyre gets another penalty. This one's for warnings compared to a straight cut. As now Jaden will lead us away for the 9th lap. We'll probably see some pit stops happen soon. The pit windows are probably open. None of the drivers have a pit window indicator on, as I think Callum has dived into the pits early. He will be going for the undercut. The undercut does work well here because the tyre wear for the hards is that low, you don't gain that much tyre wear, so it will help you later on, and will help you gain time anyway. As Jin will hold P1 for now, chucks into none, and now we're just going to see it again. All the drivers just holding off positions up until the strip, and we'll probably see another 4-car battle for the lead. This is brilliant racing. I haven't seen much issues apart from that final chicane incident, as all from P5 to P6, all cars sliding there. So the tyres are truly biting the curb.
Ooh, JJ, 2 warnings.
Oh, that is exciting. Are they for contact or are they for...
That is what I'm going through now. Collision with Samuel Drake Lee. Exceeding track limits. So he's on 1 warning.
I think something might have happened to Samurai there because he was side by side with Danny. And he's immediately lost a second. He was going a bit slower, but there's Frankie's actually gone from 3rd to 1st. I kind of missed it, unfortunately, but Frankie on a charge still. The Aston Martin not taking any prisoners, not waiting off the DRS chickens. as now he's pulled away. He's into first, but he is having to harvest a bit more ERS compared to Samuel Jeckley. He'll have a bit of a run. He might go down the inside to turn 1. You probably think better of it, as Jaden's a bit too far back to even will lunge himself, as Jakob is now harvesting DRSs. JJ is in. The championship leader is in. He's going to try and pull himself into the top 5 battle.
Yeah, Nick has gone with him as well to cover him off for his teammate.
It's a great move from Sauber's. Strategies are being pulled to perfection at Vegas right now, as Frankie still leads us from San Jose to Union. And what I have noticed from Vegas is it's a very quick race. It lasts almost under an hour, pretty much, at Vegas, compared to other races like I think Singapore maybe is one of the longer ones.
Singapore's very long. Spa's quite long.
I think it's 1 hour and like 40 minutes for Singapore, if I'm not wrong, from when I've done it myself. And Vegas is barely under an hour itself. So, including qualifying, as that is. So the race itself is probably 40 minutes, as Samuel Jeckley gets past Frankie without even getting to the DRS. This has helped the Ferrari massively, but Frankie actually gets the DRS instead. So it's a brilliant bit of DRS playing from Frankie. Esteban is putting all the entertainment on for us today, as Jaden is too far back to capitalise on the DRS for Samuel Jeckley though, as the hards are definitely quicker for them now. As we might see Jaden pull into the pits. He will go into the pits. Will Jakob follow him? I think Jakob is following when he will think about it. He has gone in. Jaden is going in to cover off probably JJ as well, as Nick is too far back to do anything to help his teammate. But let's just see here. Jaden is in the pits, but we're right on board with JJ.
This is going to be
He's coming through the final chicane. It will be very close. I think Uri has stayed out. The same with Robin.
The tyres
are ahead.
He's being held up. Oh, never mind.
Just a bit of a glitch.
Leaving the pits.
As JJ coming across the line now, he'll go around the first corner. Jaden has left the pits, and is a great undercut from JJ. I think he's 1.9 now. He's gained a second pretty much, but he's just not enough. He's only at 1 second out of well, he is 1.8 behind Jakob. Considering a 3.8 last time, he's getting 2 seconds already. So looking at that, Jaden might be in a position to undercut Frankie and Sam as the time comes. But now let's just look. Callum, he was too far behind to make an undercut, and the DRS kind of for everyone else kind of hindered him. As now we got only 3 medium runners left, with Uri, Danny and Samurai all in a fairly sim region of the track, as we got Uri, who's got a lovely little view between Robin and Red, as we might see another overtake as Frankie does get back overtaken by Sam, as now we get Robin. He isn't looking to make a move, he will just chill here. He turned his DRS off to not making a move on Red Fire Tiger, so good racing knowledge to not battle and save time compared to losing time to people on the undercut. As now we got Uri just staying behind him. Will he go? And he's staying out. The medium runner is still staying out. As I think Danny is also staying out. So these guys will probably go. Samurai is in, but Danny and Uri are probably going to go into lap 12 or to this lap, as their pit window is open. So this is probably their lap, and they're going to the normal strategy to say. As for Uri or Samurai does get overtaken by everyone, and will he get out in P10? He won't get out in P10, as Nico gets up into P10 for the Saubers, as JJ is now 1.9 down from Jakob, so the DRS really hindering. He has the pace, he just can't use it for his own will. As now we've got Jaden is 6.6 behind Danny, considering they're all in the DRS train, all within DRS of each other 10 laps ago. It's all kind of, the strategy is all stretched out, and it's actually, I said earlier that's a really simple strategic race, but now we've got all the questions of who's going to have better tyres at the end, who's going to be quicker, the guys on mediums who are going to pit, the guys on hards who are going to run deep, and then they have the mediums at the end, and then you've got the guys on hards now who will have probably track position at the end. So it's all kind of the questions coming back, and will probably be answered a bit longer. It's a very short pit lane, so we're probably going to see, I think 13 seconds, I want to say, off the top of my head. I'm not sure to the exact number. You can Google it. I think Frankie did get back past Samuel Jeckley, kind of just used to the swapping. As if anyone's ever seen Formula NASCAR, this is as close as you'll ever get. As Uri finally pulls into the pit, we'll see how much time he has lost to Jaden. I believe he was 2 seconds off, He was with everyone else. He'd be 4 seconds off.
Around 21 seconds.
Really? Sorry, I don't believe that for a second. Vegas is a really short pit lane, and just look at the start finish straight and how short that. I think Vegas has the shortest start finish straight on the calendar compared to Spa, Vegas, and Monaco probably. As Uri is 1.6 off Nick, so the undercut is really that powerful. But now, looking at the tyres, Uri has 3 laps fresher tyres compared to the Williams and the Sauber, then 2 laps fresher than Jaden and Jakob, who's actually got, I think, back past Jaden. Really, Uri's kind of missed that move. And they've gained nearly 3 seconds on Danny within a a lap, sorry.
Pit lane time loss 17 seconds. Sorry.
That makes way more sense.
So right now, Frankie will pit and come out a second ahead of Turbo and Jaden.
And I think I can see what's happening. I think Sam and Frankie are just DRS trained helping each other to help them both in the end, because they're both in the same strategy, and they're both using DRS to help each other probably here. I think they pit lap 17, I think possibly, around then. So they're probably just helping each other with the DRS. Same with Red and Robin actually. So all the hard runners working together to probably beat the mediums out. Speaking of medium runner, Danny still on his mediums. He has not pulled into the pits. I don't know why. He's lost 4 seconds to Turbo within a lap. As speaking of the fresh hards, Jaden's hit a fast lap with the DRS, as now he's all on the back of the Alpine. You can see every nook and cranny of that chassis on the French team. As Jakob gets a bit of a wide line, Bear actually puts the power on really early, as he will just hinder Jaden. He won't be able to get past now, but as we've all seen, the strip is where the key overtakes happen. Speaking of, Frankie's made a mistake in sector 2. He's lost a second to Samuel Jiggly. I think Samuel Jiggly would just let him back into DRS there, but he went from just behind almost a second, so he was just almost out of DRS. So, not that joked then, but Frankie has just kept in. So Yastaman is just hanging on to the skin of his teeth. As in Tier 2 we have a Ferrari and Astaman winning the races, and in Tier 1 we currently have an Astaman and Ferrari winning races. As I believe Frankie might pull into the pits this lap, as he's just weaving, he's just letting his tyres heal, and his pit window is open. Same with Sam, so this is probably when the hards come in. You could run hards later on and go soft to the end, but are they coming in? Frankie is going to come in, he's going to try and undercut Sam. Red, Robin, I think they're both staying out as well. So now Frankie comes in, the provisional P2. Where is he going to come out to? Jaden, JJ and Jakob, all the J's compared to the F. And FJ he's coming out of that pit. I think he's in now. He's just pulled out his box as we ride aboard with the Sauber. He has DRS on Danny. Danny stayed out again. I think Danny's really holding out for a safety car, and considering how this race has been, it's not going to probably not going to happen. As Frankie has been jumped by Jaden and Jakob. So crucially, the undercar has worked, and JJ is now there with Frankie just slotting in between the gap, the Alpine and the Sauber. He has helped JJ get into DRS, and now the Williams all with it together.
He's holding them up. Danny's holding them up for Sam.
Sam? Oh, this is a brilliant play from Ferrari actually.
Look how slow he is.
The Scuderia playing it perfectly. Call in Sergio Perez. He is so back. As Danny now parking the bus. Prime Jose Mourinho plays. This is like Inter Milan back in the day. As Jaden will get back past Frankie, but I can show you I know what's going to happen with what's going to happen here. As he's just going to hold the inside Jakob, a bit of contact. Jaden will try and run away, but he's going to get chased down. He's got 24% US for use, but Danny has a whole package to use. I think Sam might pull into the pits knowing that. But now, Danny with the DS, he will get back past Jaden. The Ferrari is not letting anything happen. Loyalty to his teammate. Is Sam in? Sam is in the box. Sam is in the box. As Frankie is going to hold them all up. He's going to try his very must. He's just going to park the bus, limit the throttle. Frankie's got up to P5. JJ is now with the pack. He's now in P8, but has the DRS. As Sam is in. Sam is in. And he has pulled out the
Sam
pits.
is leaving the pit lane.
Here's Frankie. I think Danny has saved his service, but he stayed out again.
The pit limiter is off. The pit limiter is off.
As Sam has jumped them, the Ferrari strategy has worked out a dream. As now, will Danny, defend and get DRS outside of his teammate.
Danny's got DRS.
This has been perfectly played from Ferrari. The strategy's played to a T, as Frankie does get past Danny, but crucially, Sam leads.
Yeah, that was very crucial.
Speaking of the championship leader, though, JJ's been overtaken by Jakob into the chicane. Danny's still holding up. He's going to try and help Sam, possibly help Ferrari in the championship battle too, constructors-wise. As now we've got side by side with the Williams and the Alpine going through the fast right left, heading onto the strip. They all want that track position ahead of the Ferrari. Danny hasn't got DRS either, but he is parking up as he's got out of DRS from Frankie. So now it's pretty much a battle between the Aston and the Ferrari to win. As there goes Danny, he almost get punted into the wall. As now DRS chicken fully helps. I think JJ just stops. He doesn't want to overtake Danny, but then he loses 2 places in between.
Look at the gap already.
He's gained 2.7 overall as Frankie has taken the lead to Sam. Championship wide open again. As now JJ is down to 7th as Jakob gets overtaken by Danny. Danny is still holding on. I rate this drive from Danny. Speaking of, he does get a penalty. I have jinxed him badly. But now Robin is in. We have all drivers in, except for Danny. I don't know what Danny's doing right now. He's just holding out for an imaginary safety car, I believe. Not to be rude to him, but he has helped his teammate, and that is all that matters as a second role player. He has let JJ pass too. This is probably the lap where Danny does come in. He's got Uri to defend from now. He might try and let Nick ahead of Uri here for the team play. As right now, I'm not going to try and do the math on this, because by the time I finish the calculations, they'll probably be all in different positions. As now it's probably a straight battle between Frankie and Sam. 3 attempts into the final sector.
Damn!
There's Danny with a 10 second. Has he just done that to get into DRS of JJ? I didn't see it, sorry. I didn't actually see what happened. But it was all kicking off at Vegas, as Jaden is almost out of DRS from Turbo there, sorry. I thought I noticed he was out of DRS, but he is staying fairly in. As now we'll look at the penalties there. Danny's got 13 seconds, red 6. Only 2 penalties across the board. It is a hard track 2 corner cut, obviously. Apart from the final chicane and second 2, it's pretty much free sailing because it has walls everywhere. But another sort the lead, 3.2 to Turbo, so he's out of penalty range as Uri and Red are now battling. As a bit of contact with Danny at the back, he is having a race of his life. As Red does get past Uri.
Danny is finally into the pit lane.
And the gates are open, and those tyres are probably squealing out for dear life. As he finally gets to take them off. Now, probably going to go for the fastest lap with the softs, you can assume.
He is.
He's pulled that strategy. He's probably, I don't think he'll get up to Callum and Samra. He's saving his 10 seconds too. But Samuel Jiggly had a brilliant strategic masterclass in the end. With Frankie, the hard medium looked like the strategy to beat.
Yeah.
I'm currently trying to drink a milkshake here. Sorry for the random pauses. So this is a bit of an ad. Optimum nutrition, high protein shake, chocolate flavour, 35 grams of protein, no added sugars, and low in fats. So the stats here. Got them all in different languages. I cannot read French. Speaking of them, to go back into the more crucial matters, the battle for the lead, Frankie gets back past Sam, so even more DRS stopping as there's 3 wide behind. JJ is going to try a double overtake on F1 Union, and Turbo is going to be side by side. JJ just about cuts across Jaden. He will get the position. And now P3, I think, I'm not sure, I think Frankie will just about hold on to title ambitions, but might not win the championship now with Jaden getting past. So could he be a saint and try and do the math, please?
And then I'm looking.
Oh man, we're just hiring him here. As I think we've got 6 laps left, and anything can happen here. We could probably see anyone in the top Red's actually caught up to P5, the battle for P5. He's now with the mediums too, so he's looking like, without the penalties at least, he could have got a podium. But now it's more, can he get back past these guys? And then what will happen? Because the only guy behind without the mediums is Robin, and he's 3.6 behind it. So it's pretty much Red versus the world of hearts, at least. As now we've got 5 seconds to the guys ahead. On P1 and P2, Ferrari versus Aston. The Brits versus the Italians. The English versus the Italians, you could say. Just like the Euros. Will it be another heartbreak for the English? Not really heartbreak, because it's only up 19. But there goes Sam. We'll take the lead yet again. Probably more DRS trading than helping each other than anything, as JJ gets back past Jaden. As will Jakob try and have a look at Jaden? He's a bit too far back for us. Red is right up there, though. Mercedes is so close, but he just doesn't have the straight line speed, I think. He has got the ES to help him, though, so does Robin. Jakob, sorry, as speaking of Robin, he gets a 30-second time for corner cone, so now it's really hinges where he ain't going to lose any positions with being 8 seconds Samurai. But Red down the inside, brilliant move. He will almost have a look at Jaden there. The hards are not quick, as, he just tries sticking his nose and it just couldn't work for the Mercedes. Jaden does hang on. I don't think he has damage. I don't know if Red has his end plates, so he hasn't got damage himself. But that was near disaster for Red, as Jaden holds on and survived for another day. He will get another shot at JJ, but it is all spicing up in Vegas. And hopefully goes on in Vegas, stays in Vegas, if you know what I mean. As now we will just be ramping it up to the straight. It's 4 tenths to the lead. We'll probably see another battle there. Frankie has saved a lot of EOS in this lap. He's up to 70%. And we might see some people trying to stay behind and get DRS in the last lap, instead of trying to keep swapping around. But it all matters down to that last lap. It's not how you start, it's how you finish, as you all say. As just look at JJ for an example. He went down to 13th. He's already pulled back up to P3 on the road. As now we have now he's on his fastest lap by attempts, I believe. Let me look up the fastest lap right now. It is, that's not the one. That's the one. It is Frankie with a 31.7. So that's there. Lap delta enabled. Now speaking of, Frankie does get back past the Ferrari, and does he get a fast lap? He's 1 second down on his lap. So the tyre, it's all pretty much managing as JJ actually gets dropped down to P5. So as it stands, Frankie would be 1 point in from the championship, I believe. He needs to outscore him by 14 to stay in the championship fight, and he's currently 15 ahead, I believe. So it is as close as you can get it. So if it ends like this, which not saying it will, JJ would need to outscore Frankie by a singular point by Qatar. But there's if he could. Oh, actually, there's a penalty for Red Fire Tiger, isn't there? So that means with after penalties, JJ could still win the championship, even with Frankie winning the race. But on the constructors wise, Alpine aren't outscoring Ferrari by 36, because we got Sam in P2 carrying 18 points, and then P6 and P7 is P7 6, P8 is P6 is P6 is 8, P7 is 6. So that means that they wouldn't even outscore Ferrari today. Speaking of Ferrari, Sam takes the lead. Another swapping for the lead from Ferrari. Actually, it's 6 times in this race. So you could pass really early as Jaden now gets past Red. As it still looks good for JJ though, as he would become champion as it stands. I believe. Hold on. Let me recheck the facts for one final time. So he outscores Jaden by 14 points. That's not happening, but I don't think Jaden would be in championship contention afterwards. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm a horrible man at doing math, but I think is. Oh no, sorry. It's if he outscores Frankie by 14 points, he wins the championship today. So he's not going to win the championship today, but Frankie is gaining on JJ either nonetheless. As Red actually sneaks into P3 after the second sector. He's almost out of DRS from Jaden, so the hards might be falling off, so the mediums look like they're the quicker tyre. As Red is almost out of a second. Jaden will use some of his ERS, will help JJ with 70% in his back pocket. As now we go on to the back straight for the 22nd time. We'll probably see a 20-second overtake for the lead on this strip. I don't think anyone has led for more than 2 laps at this Las Vegas Grand Prix. As speaking of which, Frankie will take the lead again. As Red Fire Tag has got out of DRS from I think Jaden, but JJ has got past Jaden. There goes Jakob, also getting past the Sauber. As now it looks like Jaden is eliminated from championship contention as it stands. As I keep saying, nothing's finished for now. As Frankie 5x2 Sam, with more ERS as well, so he has more in the tank to use. As I think all the drivers are just prepping themselves for that final lap charge. Oh, they're all trying to save ERS. They're all trying to get everything out of the cars, just for that one last burst onto the strip. As let me just check the fast lap. Danny did not get it by 2 seconds. I don't think he's had a lap. As now, no overtakes done. I think Jakob pulls out the inside. He doesn't actually try a move. As now we've got.
Might as well let read the
ball. I don't know if that's a bit of a lag there, but you're right on the inside of Jaden. It was a big dive from the Alpine. As now it's P5 and 6 for the Alpine boys. Jaden has dropped down to P3 to P7. Those hards are not loving life in that Sauber. As now it's P7 and 8 for Sauber. And Alpine might. No. Not yet. But they can almost win the construct. No, they can't win the constructors. They did outscore Ferrari, and they're currently, I think, 2 points off Ferrari. You can tell my math is horrible, and I apologise. But I'm trying my best to keep up with this race because, yet again, having another overtake for the win as Sam gets past Frankie. Both of them have pretty much level pegging ERS. I think they're literally the exact same, arguably, as JJ's got past Red on the mediums. So you could say the mediums are falling off now. So all the tyres are coming back into question. And right now, as it stands, I think JJ would be champion. I keep saying that. But right now, the gap would be pulled in slightly. And it won't be enough to win, but it will help him a lot more in Qatar if it ends like like this. Sorry. As speaking of, Frankie's going to try and make an overtake. On the first straight. I haven't seen that entire race. Frankie's been, I think, maybe Sam is laying past for the strip, but vital overtake as I think Callum has retired. It's not going to be a safety car because he's too late on and he's just retired. I don't even think he was in the points.
He retired in the pit lane like a good boy. Good boy, Callum. Good boy. Good boy.
He's not going to watch the stream anyway, knowing how shit it was. But I think Frankie has pulled a masterclass. They're going to side by side into the final strip. No one wants to lead in that final lap as Sam takes the lead onto the strip. What is going to happen in this final lap? I'm going to keep on board with the leaders here. It might be a massive battle behind, but as it stands, I want to care about who wins rather than who finished the third. As now, on the back straight, Frankie will get past Sam. Both of them not using ES. Both of them don't want P1. There's never been. There's no other race except for Vegas where no driver wants to be first. As Jaden's still stuck in P7. Uri and Red do have penalties, so we would be put up to P5 in the road. Red can't get past JJ. But now, the final lap. The final time in Las Vegas, they've done the strip 25 times. There's probably been over 100 overtakes. And now, the final lap, Aston Martin versus Ferrari. Championship contender for the drivers versus championship contender for the teams. As now, Ferrari versus Aston Martin. Sam has DRS, he will use his overtake, he will try and take the lead. Frankie's going to try and land past him, but Sam doesn't want it. He won't take it. He won't take the bait. As Frankie will lead going down the strip. You know it's not going to happen. Not going to end well. But now, Frankie versus Sam. Red's got past JJ. It's all kicking off behind. The Alpines are kicking off. They're all kicking off behind. The Alpines are biting at the heels of the championship leader. JJ down the inside. The Alpines are squabbling. Alpines do figure out as Jakob gets ahead. But now, onto the strip. JJ from Frankie yet again. No, Frankie from Sam in the end. I'm sorry, I got that entirely wrong. But now, Frankie leading onto the strip. He has a big chunk of curve. Danny's there. There's Danny there as well. It's just going to be a bit of an
What are
issue.
you doing?
But now, Sam with the DRS. Is he going to take the lead? Both of them ripping the DRS, spamming that button. Who is going to win the Las Vegas Grand Prix? I'm getting PTSD. There goes Danny.
Left or right?
Sam around the outside. He's going to take the lead into the final corner. Is Frankie going to send it? He can't. He doesn't have enough space. He won't get it done. But now, the final charge to the line. Does Sam does not have the US. Is Frankie going to win across the line? It's going to be a drag race to the line. Frankie's down the inside. He's going to get it. Frankie is going to get it. And he's going to win the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Frankie across the line to win. Red comes home P3. It's a drag race to the line from between Jakob and JJ. Jaden runs out of EOS in the line and Jakob gets it. Jaden gets 5th. Uri finishes 6th. Nico finishes 7th as Red falls down to 8th.
Uri got past JJ on the line.
He had a penalty though.
And if he could get that penalty removed, that's
Jakob as well. Oh my god. What an ending to the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Pure excitement. I think Sam left, but he finished 2nd, and what a finish. What a race. My voice is gone, but that was driver of the day, deservedly, Frankie. He keeps his championship hopes alive. I think JJ finished 10th? Not 10th, sorry. 5th, which gets 10 points.
3rd.
Did he get 3rd? No, did he? Hang on, let me get the results here. He did get 3rd. Wow, no, 4th, because Sam DNF'd, but he finished 2nd. He got 4th, so that would be 12 points to 25. He would be... Frankie would gain 13 points in the end. I don't know if he's won the championship. My math is that bad. But as it stands, I don't think either championship has been decided, and both will go to Qatar, I believe. As there is the final results. Frankie from Sam after that final lap, final corner overtake. Then Jakob gets past JJ on the line, the championship leader. And then we've got F1 Union to Uri, Nico, Red with the penalties, Robin gets up to P8, Samurai, then Danny, who gets a point in that Ferrari, despite being a lap down, and then Will and Callum being our only DNFs. Ooh.
Yeah.
That is a race and a half. I don't think we need to do interviews.
No,
do we want to do interviews?
I never did.
I'll ask Jaden. But my race, my voice has gone. But that was, I haven't watched a single Tier 1 race, but I think that has been the most exciting I've ever seen. Whew. What did you think of that race, Seb?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Too much madness to have anything else. That is just your typical Las Vegas Grand Prix for you. Tons of DRS, and then all kicks off in the final laps. And I wish that happened to me.
Time to Auto 4 F1. Not play it for another month.
We're technically not playing, we're just observing.
True.
Just gonna wait to see if we need to do interviews or not. Then I'll end the stream. I don't think we need to do interviews, so I think that will be
No.
it for us today. I think I'll be back for next week at Qatar. Oh, I won't be here for Qatar because I'll be in Turkey, pretty much next to Qatar. Seb
New
can do it for
hairline.
me. Nose,
No, I
teeth,
won't.
the job. The entire nut job is being done on me.
The
Anyway,
whole
that has
bing
been.
bang and the wallop.
Yep. That has been the EXFL Tier 1 Season 11 Las Vegas Grand Prix. Hope you all enjoyed. Very exciting end, and we'll see you all at Qatar.